The third-party interloper, let's call her the mother because that's the role she'd claimed with iron certainty, was summoned in the quiet hours before dawn. A plain white envelope materialized on her kitchen table, no postmark, just her name in that elegant, impersonal script and the words, "Report to Heaven Incorporated, immediately, family business." She stared at it for a long minute, then folded it neatly and tucked it into her purse. By the third morning, it reappeared in the same spot, untouched coffee gone cold beside it. She knew resistance was futile. Some ties, even a mother's love can't sever when the universe calls them in. She arrived at the squat, beige building under a sky too perfectly serene, the sign Heaven Incorporated looming with that faint edge of divine sarcasm. She pushed through the glass doors, coat buttoned tight, chin high, the posture of a woman who'd spent decades believing her protection was the only thing keeping her daughter from ruin. The lobby was unchanged. Fluorescent hum, drooping plants, the secretary with the halo hairdo already rising with polite inevitability. "Mrs. Mother," she said, voice soft as a confessional. "He's expecting you." No wait, no vinyl chair of penance. The secretary led her down the corridor, past water coolers, past memos about karmic family reunions, to the plain door. "Knock before you enter." She knocked once, firmly. The door opened itself. The old man sat behind the desk in his rumpled suit, beard like a storm cloud, eyes holding that senile sharpened glint. The ancient computer hummed its familiar asthmatic tune. He didn't look up immediately, just kept typing, muttering about pancakes in the family tree and elephants guarding the cradle. She stood, hands clasped like she was waiting for a doctor's verdict. "You summoned me," she said. The old man glanced up. "Sit, Mama." She sat. The chair sighed under her, accepting her weight with the patience of something that had held every kind of grief. Silence settled, heavy as a winter quilt. "You know why you're here," he rasped. She lifted her chin. "Enlighten me." He swiveled the monitor. Desire calculator V infinity groaned awake. The web that bloomed was different. Crimson threads labelled maternal interference, overprotection, fear of loss, triangular control. Beneath them, fragile golden strands strained upward. Twin flame bond, apology given, reconciliation blooming, daughter's autonomy. "See this?" He tapped a thick red knot. "You, the mother who thought love meant holding the reins forever, whispered warnings, staged obstacles, played the guardian so well they almost believed the flame was danger instead of destiny. Thought if they never quite touched, you'd stay the center of the story." Her lips thinned. "I was protecting her. From happiness," the voice was gentle thunder, "or from growing into herself without your permission." The screen scrolled, infinite branches of what-ifs, paths where the daughter stayed small, safe, dependent, never quite whole. Paths where the runner retreated, wounded by endless doubt. And then the narrow, glowing thread, two women walking hand in hand, honey and storm finally merging. The mother no longer the axis, but a witness. The old man leaned back. "You were summoned because the tapes cleared. They're moving forward. The bottlenecks dissolved. You're the last piece of paperwork." She stared at the screen, eyes glistening for the first time. "So what now? You punish me?" He chuckled, soft as falling snow. "Universe don't punish mothers. It reassigns. You get to choose. Keep pulling the strings and stay knotted in the red zone, or let go. Let them have what they've earned. Let the daughter become the woman." He hit a key. The program offered two buttons, plain as prayer. continue guardianship, release, and bless. Her hand trembled above the mouse. The room felt smaller, the hum louder. "I thought I was saving her," she whispered. "From love?" The old man's eyes were kind, piercing. "Or from having to choose it without you holding the map?" Another silence, deeper than the rest. Her finger moved. She clicked release and bless. The screen flared soft gold. Red threads began to dissolve, rerouting into warmer light. Somewhere far away, two hearts felt a sudden, inexplicable ease, like a door long jammed, finally swinging open. The old man closed the program. "Good choice. Now go. The corridor's clear. No more guarding the gate." She stood, slower than she'd entered. She looked older, but lighter, as if she'd shed a coat she hadn't known she was wearing. As she reached the door, the old man called after her, almost tenderly. "And next time you want to play gatekeeper, try roller skates. Elephants swear by 'em for letting go." She stepped out. The corridor glowed with quiet golden light, spilling like spilled honey. She walked toward the exit, head high, hands empty. Behind the plain door, the old man muttered something about extra syrup and family recipes, while the infinite red tape quietly filed one more case as closed, with grace. And so the tale of Heaven Incorporated draws to its gentle, bureaucratic close. Not with trumpets or fireworks, but with a quiet, guided tour that lets the whole place breathe a little easier. After the mother stepped out into the corridor, lighter than she'd arrived, the old man behind the plain door finally leaned back in his chair, stretched his gnarled arms, and muttered, "Time for the grand finale. Folks deserve to see how the sausage, Grace, gets made." He hit a hidden button under the desk. Somewhere in the building, a soft chime rang, like a microwave announcing eternity was ready. The secretary appeared at the lobby entrance, halo hairdo perfectly in place, clipboard in hand. "Tour group assembling," she announced to no one in particular. "All cleared cases invited. Sticky aprons, runners, mothers, wedges. Everyone's welcome. No Molotovs." And so they gathered. The boy with the honey-stained apron, still dripping but smiling now. The runner beside him, hand in his, storm clouds calmed. The mother a few steps back, hands empty, eyes softer. And even the wedge-turned release, looking sheepish but relieved. A small, mismatched family of resolved souls. The secretary led them first through the lobby itself, the sterile heart of it all. Fluorescent lights hummed overhead like patient angels. Potted plants drooped in quiet dignity. And the reception desk bore fresh blotters, honey-free for once. Bulletin boards were pinned with memos. Synchronicity seminars, next week, don't force it. Karmic overtime policy, no more than 3 lifetimes. Employee of the Eon, the janitor, again. They moved down the corridor, past water coolers bubbling with what looked like liquid starlight. "Holy water, decaf," the secretary quipped. Doors lined the walls, most plain, a few labelled whimsically, "Lost and Found Prayers." Complaint department, closed for realignment. Break room, light coffee only. The highlight was the desire calculator room. The old man was waiting inside, door propped open, computer still humming. He waved them in like a proud tour guide. "Here she is," he rasped, patting the monitor. "The brains of the operation. Infinite red tape, 0 drama. Unless you count the elephants tap dancing in the quantum foam." The screen flickered with a demo. A A simple wish, world peace, please, branching into webs of implications, ripples through time, butterflies, traffic jams in Boise. Green threads glowed where alignment had won. "Takes time," he said, "but it always gets there, eventually." They passed the filing cabinets next. Endless rows of drawers labelled by soul, by lifetime, by lesson. One drawer was half open, spilling golden threads that rewove themselves as they watched. "Closed cases," the secretary explained. "They file themselves now. Grace upgrade." The tour ended in the break room, a cosy corner with vending machines dispensing moments of clarity and second chances, free refills. A table where angels in clipboards sipped light from mugs that never emptied. And a window that looked out, not on Earth exactly, but on a soft golden haze where possibilities danced like fireflies. The group stood there, taking it in. The boy squeezed the runner's hand. "It's not so bad, being along for the ride." The runner smiled. "Better when you're not riding alone." The mother nodded slowly. "I see now. The reins were mine, not hers." The old man shuffled in behind them, coffee in hand, extra syrup. "Tour's over, folks. No gift shop. Take what you learned. And remember, the universe ain't stingy. It's thorough." He winked, then muttered, "Pancakes for everyone. On the house." As the group drifted toward the exit, the building seemed to sigh. A contented, bureaucratic exhale. The fluorescent lights dimmed just a touch. The plants perked up a little. And somewhere down the corridor, a single thread of red tape finally dissolved into gold. Heaven Incorporated, where wishes wait, red tape rules, and grace, eventually, always wins. The end.